All right, so we were talking about rules. I noticed that Millie was doing this, like rubbing herself against the couch, which is a way of scent marking. That's trying to make the couch hers. Then I asked what rules the dogs had, and we really don't have any rules. They're not supposed to jump up, but one of the dog's former guardians comes over and encourages it. They kind of do it to guests. So, and when I corrected her from doing this before, she kind of protested and growled at me a little bit. So, you know, again, this is just her thinking that she has a certain amount of status. So what I want to do is show you different ways that you can change your leader-follower dynamic so that the dog starts to identify as being in a follower position. One of the easiest ways that I found to do this is something I call petting with a purpose. So I consider petting a dog our way of paying them. So right now you're paying your dogs for doing whatever they want to do. Now, is she the only one that nudges you for attention?
Yeah.
Okay. So when she nudges you for attention, she's giving you an order. And every time that you follow through and pet her, then you're validating that. So what I usually suggest doing is stop petting your dogs at all under any circumstances unless they earn it. Now, the way that I do that is I either ask them to sit, lie down, or come to me, and then I pet them immediately after doing any of those three things. Now, when I pet a dog, I like to pet it under its chin, because when a dog is proud about what it's done, its nose is parallel to the ground or tilted upward. You might have seen one of your dogs with a special toy walking around with their nose in the air. They feel really good about themselves. I want them to feel good about themselves doing the things that I want them to do. I call these desired behaviors. Millie. 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 You want a treat? Oh, you know what the word treat is, huh? I don't want to pull out treats quite yet, but I'm going to pantomime like I am. I'm pretending I'm reaching in our pocket, and I have a treat here. Millie, come. Millie, come. Okay, she doesn't want to cooperate. We'll do this with the other dogs. So sit. 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 So again, I want to pet underneath the chin. Now, a lot of people talk to their dogs too much. Now, if you have a bad day and you tell your dog to sit and then pet it and you want to say sit the second that they sit, we want to say it within about 3 seconds. That's really what you want to do in general when you're training a dog. Anytime you're giving affection, it should be within 3 seconds of them doing whatever it is. And instead of saying, oh, Millie, what a good dog you are, I'm just going to say sit. Okay. And that's it, the same time that I pet. Now, after a while, the dog's going to come and start sitting in front of you saying, hey, I'm sitting, shouldn't you be petting me? And the answer is, at least some of the time, yes. So what will happen eventually with Gia is she's going to start coming up and sitting in front of you to do that. Now, the other dogs, if let's say that Cody just comes over and just lays down at your feet, if we reach over and pet him and say the command word for that within 3 seconds of doing that, that's reinforcing that. I call this passive training. So even though I didn't necessarily ask him to lay down, I'm still rewarding him for the act of laying down. And the more we do this, the easier it is to get the dogs to do these things in the future. Now, Millie didn't, she was like, I'm not even going to get up and come over to you because, again, I think that I'm in an authority position. So it's going to take a concerted effort by you to not pet them. Now, is it just you and the dogs, you and the animals here? Do you have a roommate?
No.
Okay. So it's going to be hard for you to catch yourself, but there are going to be times where you're going to find yourself petting them for no reason. When they do, just stop, immediately ask them to sit, and then when they do sit, ask them to lie down. Now, Cody, what I usually do is I like to start out with my hand like this, and then I start in front of the dog's nose, and Cody, and then go over to their head. As their head goes up, their butt goes down typically, and then that allows me to kind of scratch under the chin. Petting with a purpose is the easiest thing that you can do that will have the biggest impact, and if you get in a habit of doing it, after a while you'll do it without even realizing you're doing it. But every time you do, you're going to reinforce the leader-follower dynamic that you're looking for. And that will make it easier for you to get the dogs to sit or lay down, which are more subordinate positions, later on when they encounter another dog and you need them to listen and adopt more of a subordinate position. Is that right? Yeah.